Do nutrient labels leave off a lot of micronutrients? Yeah, they do. Great question. Let's take a closer look. I pulled this edamame pasta out of my pantry because it's made from a single ingredient, and I think this helps us for comparison. And since my camera won't focus on it, I'll just put it behind me. Let's focus in on the nutrients for a 2-ounce serving. Now, I don't know exactly what processing goes into taking edamame and turning it into these noodles, but a lot of these numbers look very similar to the amount of these nutrients in a serving of edamame, which is half a cup. Edamame doesn't change very much in volume during the cooking process, so that'll be about the same whether you measure frozen or raw or cooked. So what's required to be on a food label in the upper section is calories, macronutrients, proteins, carbs, and fat, a few subgroups of those macronutrients, so saturated fats and trans fats, and then fiber, total sugars, and added sugars, as well as sodium and cholesterol, typically considered nutrients to limit. And then the micronutrient section is the bottom section of the food label. And we've got 4 micronutrients listed: vitamin D, calcium, iron, and potassium. Now, what's interesting is the FDA actually switched this up in 2020. The law was passed in 2016. The implementation was 2020. Prior to that, the 4 micronutrients on a nutrition facts label were vitamin A, vitamin C, iron, and calcium. And this change was made because it was recommended by the National Academy of Medicine based on the Dietary Guidelines for Americans and nutrition monitoring data. And it was decided that these 4 micronutrients are those most of public health concern, which priority-wise, yeah, those 4 make sense to me. And why are there only 4? Trying to strike that balance between highlighting nutrients that most Americans don't get enough of, but that make a big difference to your overall health, and not making nutrition facts labels a mile long. So what's not on the nutrition facts label? The other 12 essential vitamins and the other 7 minerals that we need in pretty high quantities. So they're not considered like trace minerals. So let's look at all of the nutrients you're getting that you don't even know you're getting because the label doesn't list them. And again, because this is single ingredient, I am making the assumption that it is not that different from fresh, but I don't know what kind of processing has gone into making edamame a delightful fettuccine form. Also, I bought this pasta off of TikTok Shop and I will link it for you below. It's very good. And a 2-ounce serving, 190 calories, has 25 grams of protein and 11 grams of fiber. It is very filling. I only make 1 box for my family of 4 for a dinner. And depending on how hearty the sauce is, we might have leftovers. Okay, so the label says 0% daily value vitamin D, 15% daily value calcium, 35% daily value iron, and 20% daily value potassium. Very similar to a serving of fresh edamame, which is 188 calories, 0 vitamin D, 19% daily value calcium, 25% daily value iron, and 17% daily value potassium. So what else are you getting that's not on the label? Probably, again, this data is for fresh edamame. 138% of the daily value of biotin, 46% of the daily value of vitamin B1, 53% of the daily value of vitamin B9, folate, 41% of the daily value of vitamin C. That one probably is lower if any heat is involved in the processing. 30% daily value manganese, 20% daily value magnesium, 18% daily value for copper, 17% daily value for vitamin B2, 13% daily value for vitamin B3, and 12% daily value for zinc. Oh, and 323 milligrams of antioxidant polyphenols. Edamame is packed with nutrition. When you crunch the numbers and calculate nutrient density, you end up with a Nutrivore score for edamame of 359. Extremely impressive. So yes, sometimes you are getting a lot more nutrition than what's actually on the nutrition facts label. The challenge is you don't really know. Sometimes you could be reading a nutrition facts label of a food that happens to be high in those 4 micronutrients, and there's nothing else of nutritive value in that food. What can you do? Look up the Nutrivore score of the food. The Nutrivore score is a measurement of total nutrients per calorie, and 33 nutrients go into the calculation. And you can look up Nutrivore scores for free on my website. Go to Nutrivore.com, tap on Nutrivore score search, and put whatever food you're interested in the search bar. The database includes about 8,000 foods. All of your whole foods and main ingredients are there. And there's quite a lot of branded foods. All of those for which there is enough nutrition data in existence that it makes sense to even bother doing the math. And if you don't know what you want to look up, you can just scroll through the Nutrivore scores of 700 common whole foods and ingredients in Appendix D of my book Nutrivore, or all 8,000 foods when you join my Patreon.